Hello, Days of Our Lives fans. This is for Wednesday, October the 30th. Please like, subscribe, and share if you know someone else who enjoys the show. And thanks again for watching. So, Ava and Brady are spending a little time together. She was just walking through the square, and he was enjoying a nice glass of water. And they sat down and talked and had a good little talk. And they were actually talking about Tate and Sophia. And she was telling Brady, she's interested in your son. He says, yeah, I met her before. And he said, look at us. He said, do we have nothing better to talk about than a teenage love affairs or whatever? And they just laughed. They had a good time. I think Brady and Ava might make a good couple. So Holly's home. She's talking to Maggie about how she forgave her mother and Eric. And she's like, I hope I can get Tate to forgive me. She tries texting him, but there is no answer. And then her and Maggie are going to watch a movie, and she keeps looking at her phone. And Maggie says, just call him. And she's like, well, I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to just go over there. So and Maggie said, but it's late. And she said, I don't care. I'm just going to go over there. So she heads over to Tate's. And meanwhile, Tate and Sophia are over there to watch a movie. And am I not going into hold on a minute, should be yeah, they go over to watch a movie, and something is wrong with the living room TV. He can't get it to work or something. He's like, I keep telling my grandparents to get a newer TV. This one's older and dirt or something like that. He's like, I have a TV in my room if you don't have any objections to that. And she's like, well, no, I don't. So, they go into his room where they get comfy. Looks like they had some snacks maybe, and they're talking about stuff. Next thing you know, they act like they really do like each other. And she's telling him how she just never knows how to act around boys she likes. And she had to call her mother and tell her she was at some girl's house. So, this girl's going to get pregnant, I can tell you that right now, unless Holly's able to stop them. So they start making out, and meanwhile, Holly's on her way over there. Dun, dun, dun. And Tate stops kissing her and says, did you hear that? I heard something. And they listen for a minute, and they don't hear it. They go back to kissing, and they hear something again. Well, what they're hearing is Holly knocking on the door. She's standing outside, knocking on the door. They get back to their kissy face, and there's Holly. She thinks Tate will forgive her and take her back. I mean, she knew Sophia was Holly's been selfish more than once. I like Holly, but she's getting what she deserves. They're getting ready to go downtown over here, and she asks Tate, do you have a condom? And he says, yes, I do. So he gets the condom out of the drawer, and we just assume. And it looks like Holly ends up walking away, but that's the last we see of her on this episode. Meanwhile, Chad goes to visit Kat, the fake Abigail. And I actually got a screenshot of Crazy Eyes here. She's such a lovely young woman. I hate that I got such a bad picture of her. But she's telling Chad, please let me tell you some things. And she told him, the things she did, that was not her. She was doing what she had to because he was going to kill their mother. And he said, okay, are you done? I just want to know, where's my wife? Where's her body? And she's telling him she doesn't know anything about that. But if she talks to Clyde, would she please ask if her mother's still alive? And he just looked at her like, how dare you? I think Chad's being a little rough on her for this crap. Meanwhile, Patch, Kayla, and Roman are talking about all the events of fake Abigail, and he says he's waiting for a call back. They were supposed to put Clyde in super duper lockup or something, and he's like, I don't know what's taking them so long. Oh, they were transferring him somewhere. Well, this is all bad news for all of us, because as they're sitting there talking, he gets the call. And he's like, oh, this is it. And I forget who's calling him. Headquarters of what? What are they into? The CIA or something? I don't know what it is. And then he starts screaming and yelling and calling people a few little names. And when he gets off the phone, what do we learn? They were transferring him and he escaped. Clyde Weston is on the loose and nobody is safe, especially Chad, the Damaras. I mean, even his children. I mean, oh my gosh. You can bet he's coming back to settle some scores, so we haven't seen the last of Clyde, and that's a wrap.